control how you respond to things that are sent to you that is supposed to destroy your peace. And I feel like there's a beauty in knowing how to deal with toxic people, low vibrational people, any energy that is supposed to destroy you, and you alchemize it in 4K in real time. And the reason why I say this is because, especially if you were raised in a survival household, a dysfunctional household, a household that just didn't serve you in general, you will know that people are so quick to react, even in the ghetto, in the projects, whatever you want to call it. Someone gets you mad, boom, you're gone. Your soul up in the sky, nowhere to be found. And I'm not even trying to be funny, but do you see how being so reactive can literally put you behind bars? And then when you ask those people, like, why did you like kill this person? Yeah, they got me mad. Do you see how like people don't even have time to literally pause and think, like, why am I mad? Can I just pause? Why is that boom boom? Like, people are so reactive, and if you're surrounded by people who are so reactive, you'll understand that you have something that they don't have themselves, which is the ability to pause and literally be introspective and think. I have the ability or the will to literally say to myself, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. When you were raised in survival mode, you don't think, you just do. You just do. It's sad, but that's just the reality of it. The other day I was telling my mom about how if you have God, who do you have to lose to? A lot of people put their values, their validations, whatever you want to call it, upon other people, but it's like those people come and go. When you put your self worth within God, when you're in reverence with God, you will never lose in this life. I feel like you can. I think the only way you can ever lose in life is if you lose yourself and your mind. Then yes, you have lost, my friend. But if you're in reverence with God, if you're connected to the source, to the high, you know what I'm trying to say, you will never lose. And I feel like there's a beauty in knowing how to deal with toxic people, low vibrational people, any energy that is supposed to destroy you, and you alchemize it in 4K in real time. When you know how to transmute any I don't want to say negative energy, any energy that you don't like that is coming to you, and you know how to alchemize it, despite whatever your environment is. I feel like that is like wizard energy, that is like phoenix energy, whatever you want to call it. And I feel like a lot of people become deluded, or they get lost in the source and they let their environment dictate who they are. And it's so funny that I say this because the other time I was talking to my brother and he was telling me about how he feels like his environment is set in stone. He doesn't feel really motivational, even though he's very ambitious, he's very lazy. And I was like to him, bro, you live in a Western country, you are healthy, you have the ability to literally ground yourself, go to the gym, do certain things, but only you can do those things. No one can force you. You can print all the motivational posters, you can have all the vision board, but at the end of the day, if you don't choose, or if you don't impose your will over something that you want, then you will naturally just have a default reality. Then, if that is the case, who do you have to blame? Literally no one but yourself. And I feel like the other day I had such a paradigm shift, which literally shifted my mind, yeah. And it was like everything is a simplistic choice. You choose to be who you are, you choose to experience the things that you do. Obviously, like, granted, you can't decide or choose what comes at you sideways, but you can choose how to react. And your reaction is an indication of your emotional state. And when I read that, it made me realize, like, damn, everything's a choice. So I'm choosing to sustain this life. I'm choosing to sustain this identity. I'm choosing to think the way that I am thinking. And I feel like that is the beauty of God giving us that free will. So we are constantly choosing to be whoever we want to be. And I feel like a lot of people think, oh, I can't change. Like, why did God bring me to this earth if I can't change my reality? You can change. You are just not knowledgeable about how to change. And I feel like people say there's a gap in terms of the wealth. I feel like there is a gap in knowledge. A lot of people don't know information. When you know certain information, you know how to attract anything into you. You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't know how to get it, it will just be gone by the next day. So I feel like it's a knowledge issue, and I also feel like it's also your choice. You're choosing to be broke, you're choosing to be a failure, you're choosing to be this identity, you're choosing to be a person who has potential but goes nowhere in life. You're choosing. And yeah, it's just reality. All of us are choosing to sustain a life. It's so funny. All of us claim to want to change our life, but we are sustaining a life that we don't want. Day in and day out. Crazy. When you put it like that, it's crazy. But it really does get like that. And yeah.